afternoon, everybody. Good to see you guys. How you all doing? Let me just get the chat situated. Sorry, running a little bit behind. But yeah, all right, let's see. Road Puts, what's up, buddy? Geek of all trades, Automatic Beats, D. Geppetto. Look at all these green names. Literally everybody here is a member. It's a riot. Oh my gosh. Andrew Martino, Chris GTR. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. All right. Yeah, I made that intro last week. I'm glad you like it. Appreciate you, buddy. All right, let's get some music on. Let's get some music on here. How's that? All right. Now, let's get into today. What's going on in the space? Hello to everybody else that I did not get to say hello to, but there's a lot of people here in the chat. Good to see everybody. All right, so what is happening right now? What is this? What is this that I'm looking at? This Pepe token is up 59.4%. Is that real? Is this really a thing? Let's see. How many members are you up to now? Almost 200, actually, Mr. Steven Cicero. I looked yesterday. Almost 200. What is this, though? This is insane. Everything else... If I click on the week, it blows up and it disappears in the month. That's insane. 316%. I don't know if you guys are into this Pepe coin, but I highly don't recommend it. That seems terrible. Anyways, what is happening today? I don't do one morning stream and the crypto market goes to shit. Guys killing me. Everyone is selling and buying Pepe. Yeah, literally. That's why everyone's selling this and everybody's diving into this crap coin just to try to get some gains, but a lot of people are going to get wrecked and it's unfortunate. Anyways, let's look at the fear and greed index, trying not to blind you guys. 63 right now on that. So again, it's in greed, but it's still like, you know, it's pretty neutral territory, at least in my opinion. Looking at the top 10 coins, let's see today: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, USD coin, XRP, Cardano, Lido staked Ether, Dogecoin, and Polygon. Interesting. Dogecoin still in ninth. It's your fault that it's red today. It might be red puts. I apologize. All right, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask while we're watching stuff or going through things. So Mastercard is actually going to be getting on the crypto train, as far as I can tell. There was some news this weekend. These videos we're going to watch today were about, I think it was 2 days ago, this one. Oh, well, this one was 6 hours ago. This was SEC, something about them, but 2 days ago. Yeah, Crypto World over here, and then Altcoin Daily. I just want to see what he has to say about it. I listened to a little bit of it. I didn't have a chance to like dive into it. I've been dealing with a whole bunch of crap this weekend, and on top of just being crazy busy and exhausted because you guys kept me up forever gaming on Saturday night. I know. I finally gamed, but it ruined me for like 2 days. Terrible. It was like 3:30 by the time I went to bed. All right, let's see this real quick. This is 6 hours ago. We'll start here. The SEC concerns hit crypto investors' enthusiasm. So I want to see what this is about. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat while we're watching it. And let's do it.
And there are a couple of things going on here. So you've mentioned Coinbase. It's having this regulatory fight with the SEC that really ratcheted up last week. And so there are some concerns among investors that if there are more draconian rules coming down the pike, that it may, be a headwind for the sector. That being said, the banking crisis, typically a good thing. So First Republic may also have some bearing on price moves this coming week.
All right, speaking of the banking crisis, obviously our big news today, First Republic Bank being taken over by JP Morgan. How has the banking crisis impacted the cryptocurrency market? A lot of us have been watching cryptocurrencies since the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank.
Right. And I mean, you look at a chart of the price of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies starting from March 10th, when we saw a lot of the problems begin with Silicon Valley Bank. And it's just been this upward trend. Bitcoin gained 22% in March alone. And part of that has to do, at least the bulls would say, with the fact that there's this erosion of confidence in the traditional banking system. And then they see cryptocurrencies, these decentralized currencies outside the reach of any sort of intermediary as potentially being a safe haven play. I mean, you even look at Bitcoin against bank stocks, the KRE, against the NASDAQ 100, represented by the triple Qs, and it's well outperforming since March 10th.
Yeah, we're looking at the Bitcoin chart right now. You see the big spike. You see a little dip right before March 10th, and you see that huge spike and a move to the upside since then. So I really want to drill down on this. We're hearing more and more about tightening credit conditions, possibly a rate hike, and that whole cost of capital, turmoil in the financial sector. Is that a net headwind for Bitcoin and for other cryptocurrencies?
Yeah, you mentioned at the top of the show, we're getting a decision from the Fed in the next few days. And that always has one of the biggest effects in terms of outsized price movements in Bitcoin and the wider cryptocurrency market, because those macroeconomic data points, those moves by the Fed absolutely ripple into the price of Bitcoin. And one thing to mention here, Frank, when Silicon Valley Bank closed, so did Silvergate and so did Signature, two major crypto-friendly banks. And with it, a lot of the liquidity fell out of the crypto market, which means that if you've got a bullish buy, that's great for the price of Bitcoin. But if you've got a bearish buy or you've got people selling, then you're seeing outsized prices moving lower.
I want to
just to elaborate on that a little bit. The banks that closed, that was not cryptocurrency's fault. That was the bank more or less not having liquid assets available to them to give to people. So just want to clear that up for anybody that doesn't understand that. Those banks failing wasn't because of crypto. It was because of liquidity inside the banks itself, and everybody just panicked.
focus on one of the companies you cover. You mentioned it earlier, Coinbase.
Yeah.
Why aren't we seeing positive price action for Coinbase? Generally, in the past at least, Coinbase kind of traded in line with cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin. Bitcoin up big, but Coinbase taking a dip to the downside.
I mean, it's such a great point. And it really goes to this this legal fight being waged between the SEC and Coinbase. Coinbase sued the SEC on Monday. They have a Wells notice from the SEC, meaning that formal suit from the SEC against Coinbase could be coming. And the worry here, Frank, is that there may, they may be forced to register as a national securities exchange, a clearing agency, which could mean they would have to jettison their customer-facing business. That's a huge headwind for this business. And it is funny because you do typically see upward price movements in the crypto market tracking with those crypto-focused companies, and there's been a huge departure.
All right, awesome. Shout out to them for that. I just wanted to see what that was all about. All right, so real quick, we had a question in the chat while we were watching that. I knew it was only 2 minutes long, so I didn't want to really stop it much. Deadly Wolf asked if he should buy a A110 Pro for 300 euros. Is that worth it? How much is 300 euros, first off, in USD? Let me, let's see. Where are we at? Let's go to, let's see. Euro to USD. I guess calculator, let's see, 300. So it's 329 or so for an A10 Pro. Let's look at, all right, mine the ASIC. Oh, let's get some music on. And then we'll watch the other stuff about Mastercard. Give me 1 second, fellas. All right, blinding. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Boom. All right, let's see. A110. Oh. Let's see. Are they even on here? Oh, they are. In a silicon A110 ETH Master 500 mega hash. Is this it? 750 watts. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh, but look at this. Hold on. Oh, it doesn't say it when I zoom in. Damn it. Can you guys see? Never. It says payback time never right here. Oh, that's hysterical. I've never seen it say never. That's great. Miss Pocket Change, good to see you. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. We're gonna have Miss Pocket Change again on this Friday, so stay tuned for that. And Stiggy still top comment of the week. I'm still laughing over that. Rud puts his as well. All right, let's see. So he has 0 electric rate, right? You don't pay anything for electric, Mr. Wolf, Deadly Wolf in the chat. It's the Pro. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So the A110 Pro, you'll be making $1.40 a day. That's USD, obviously. I mean, if you're not paying anything for electric, I guess my question would be, who is paying electric? And if it's your parents or somebody along those lines, still don't get it. But again, if it's free and it's like, in your rent or something and landlord, whatever, then why not? Why not? But if you could find something better, I would probably go for that. That's just my opinion. But again, I mean, dude, everybody's opinion is different. What do you guys think? Do you think 300 euros is worth getting one of these A10 Pros? Yeah, I said 110, didn't I? I didn't mean to say that. It's A10. Damn it. Condibits, thanks for becoming a VIP, dude. You're awesome. Appreciate you. Make sure you link your YouTube with Discord. All right, let's get into this right here. I appreciate you, buddy. You're awesome. Let's get into the next thing. I want to see what Crypto World has to say about this Mastercard announcing the blockchain standards, and Coinbase actually responds to the SEC video. If you guys haven't seen that, it's pretty interesting, but she actually talks to the lawyer of Coinbase in this video, like a little interview style about the video. So I actually want to listen to this. I'm actually really intrigued. So let's dive into this. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, and we're going to continue.
Today, we're at Consensus 2023, where Coinbase's chief legal officer explains the company's response to the SEC's warning of impending enforcement action. And Mastercard's head of crypto breaks down his blockchain vision and a new set of standards that will help authenticate interactions using the technology. Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Mackenzie Sigalos, on the ground at Consensus 2023 in Austin, Texas. Let's start with talking about the crypto market, though. Digital currencies are flat to close out the week, with Bitcoin trading at around $29,000, Ether dipping to the $1,800 level, and Polygon trading at around 99 cents.
Real quick, somebody in the chat actually asked what that A10 actually mined. So it's the ETH hash algorithm, right? So you'd be mining ETHW or, I don't know, ETHF, whatever. You guys can show you right here real quick. I just pulled it up on the side, Steven Cicero, so you can see. These would be the coins, more or less. But also, it is a script ASIC, right? So you guys would be able to use Unminable to mine with this thing. All right, sorry.
The past week has been mixed for crypto. Bitcoin rose nearly 4%, while Ether dipped about 1%. Okay, let's jump right to our coverage at Consensus. Lots of big names in crypto and finance are making major announcements here in Austin. Crypto World's Talia Kaplan spoke with Raj Damodaran, Mastercard's head of crypto, about the payment giant's latest move in the space. Today, the world's second largest payments processor revealed what's called Mastercard Crypto Credential, which establishes a set of standards and infrastructure that the company says will help certify interactions among consumers and businesses using blockchain networks.
Thank you very much for joining us here at Consensus.
Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. And here you're actually making a big announcement as it relates to trust with blockchain transactions. Now, this is something you often preach. It's very important to you. Why did you feel it was absolutely necessary and something you wanted to announce particularly here at Consensus 2023?
Yeah. I actually just put a poll in the chat. I want to know what you guys think. Mastercard in crypto bullish long term.
Trust is everything because what you're finding in blockchain and crypto today is that the number of institutions that failed, and there is generally a lack of clarity on what is a compliant way to use the technology and what is a non-compliant way to use the technology. So what we think the crypto credential will bring is set of standards and enabling technologies behind the scenes, then people know who the counterparty that they're interacting with. I'll give you a simple example. Today we are announcing a set of partners who are enabling cross-border transfers between US and LAC. There, you need to know who the counterparty is. Can you exchange necessary information to build trust to make sure that the transaction would be successful when they post the transaction onto the blockchain? Ultimately, we want financial institutions, governments, and other regulated players to build solutions onto the public blockchain. You can only do that if you have a trustable, verifiable way to post transactions onto the network. We think we can help. We're working with a number of partners to do that, and we hope more use cases will emerge out of this as well.
Can you disclose some of those partners on this project called Mastercard Crypto Credential?
Yeah, we have a number of wallet partners, Uphold, Ethereum, Bit2Me, Mercado Bitcoin, and we also have, what is interesting about this is that all of this gets built in some public blockchain. We see a number of the public blockchain networks joining us in this announcement as well. That includes Polygon, Solana networks, Aptos, Avalabs, and so forth.
That's awesome.
So this is just a starting point. We think each of those blockchains will bring a set of developers into this who uses this framework, where we can all build solutions that are verifiable, trustable, safe, and simple to use. And ultimately, that's how we scale this ecosystem.
Now,
dude, that's awesome. Real quick, Fully Electric said 100% MasterCard going all in. He said Bit Refill works directly with them. Can you educate me on Bit Refill? What is that? I assume something to do with Bitcoin, but I'm not educated on it. Mr. Fully Electric, that would be great.
Mastercard Crypto Credential, which is going to be revealed here at Consensus, has the ability to unlock different use cases, including those involving crypto wallet transactions, I understand. Can you take us through that use case and others that this potentially brings about?
Absolutely. There are a number of use cases, right? I'll give an example of our own Artist Accelerator that we launched a couple of weeks ago. That is about providing an NFT to a a consumer a music pass to a consumer that unlocks a really exclusive experience. The level of verification and standard that you need to do that is different from the level of verification you need to do to a wallet holder before you issue a card. And that yet is completely different from what kind of verification you need to do to enable a cross-border remittance transaction. So the levels of verification vary, and we bring different partners and standards to enable these use cases. These are just the sample use cases that we're starting with. Ultimately, if you want to have scalable, trusted applications to be built on public blockchains, we think this is a key building block before you can take that step.
Now, obviously, right now we're in a bear market and crypto prices are depressed, consumer confidence is down. Crypto took a beating this past year. There's no doubt about that. And yet, Mastercard is investing heavily in this space. Is that part of Mastercard's strategy? Are you trying to build now to get ready for the next bull run, perhaps?
So there are two sides to crypto, meaning that there is an investment. People buy and hold crypto, and people make that choice. And if they want to do that, we have no recommendation on whether they do one thing or the other. But what I'm really excited about is that the underlying technology and the power of that technology to help build a new set of financial applications on top of the underlying technology. That's what we're focused on. If the consumer wants to buy crypto or sell crypto, we want to provide safe way for people to use through Mastercard cards. So we do that. We have on-ramp services to go from fiat to crypto, and for them to use Mastercard cards to spend. We don't move crypto in that process, but we make it very safe and easy for people to do through our partners.
That's amazing.
But what I'm really excited about is the next click of this, which is really the underlying technology and how it can help us build the next set of financial applications on top of this infrastructure.
Now, even though we're in this downturn, you made many recent announcements, including 2 in October. One of those was called Crypto Source, and it's aimed at making things smoother between banks and crypto investors. And the other is called Crypto Secure, with the goal of making it easier and safer to buy crypto. So can you take us through those, and how is it going so far?
Yeah, no, so Crypto Source is really, again, about today we have centralized exchanges that are providing buy, sell, hold crypto. But we see traditional financial institutions also interested in participating in this use case, especially outside US. So that's why we made a Crypto Source product available. And the Crypto Secure is really about helping financial institutions understand the other side of the players, the crypto players that they're dealing with, so that they can make transaction decisions using the risk scores that we provide. Ultimately, once you understand the space more, you can trust the space more. Once you are able to know what is a risky transaction versus not so risky transaction, you engage more. Ultimately, this kind of visibility and services provide the trust that is needed for more players to participate in this network.
Now, I spoke with an analyst here on the ground at Consensus, and he told me something that he's noticing is the fact that there aren't a lot of TradFi companies here at Consensus this year, especially compared to last year. And yet Mastercard is here, you're making a presence. What prompted you to want to come here and be here on the ground amid all these crypto enthusiasts and different companies who are investing in the space?
I think we fundamentally believe this technology has the potential to build a new set of financial applications. And we think we can only do that working with the partners in industry that is innovating in this space. Part of the reason we have a Crypto Start Path program is to bring those early stage startups to work with them to understand the technology, also help them scale using the power of our network. And we can only do that by working in places like this.
So real quick, in the chat, actually, somebody for one said something about the SEC writing a Wells notice to MasterCard. I mean, yeah, that's obviously a thing, right? They could get in trouble for who knows what at this point. They can do whatever they want over at the SEC. And then also Chadwick said, I don't know why, but I'm not excited about this. So it's, for me personally, it's more of a it's more going towards the route of mainstream adoption for everyday people to get into crypto seamlessly, right? That's kind of what I'm excited about. I don't really care that it's MasterCard in general. It's just the point that it's going to be enabling a lot of people to do this easily, right? Or seamlessly without having any hiccups or having to, like, you know, I don't know, kind of dive in deep like I did 3 years ago, right? Trying to figure out how the hell to work all this shit with a ledger and buy my own crypto and all this other stuff, right? So it's just another step forward. That's pretty much it. All right, now they're going to get into the conversation that Coinbase they're going to get in the conversation of the talk about that video that they had for the SEC, the response, right? And the I guess the suing or whatever it is, the suit, is that what you'd call it, for the SEC that Coinbase put against them to give them a clear answer and guidelines for what should be coming next. So I want to see what they have to say here. Again, if you guys have any questions, just at me in the chat.
All right, for our main story, I caught up with Coinbase's chief legal officer, Paul Giral, here at Consensus yesterday, just moments after the company released its response to the SEC. Last month, the regulator sent the crypto exchange a Wells notice, which is a warning that Coinbase could face impending legal action over its business. In Coinbase's response, the company pointed out that it had been in touch with the SEC several times and that the regulator failed to raise concerns over its business model before it went public. I asked Giral about that response and the likelihood that Coinbase could face a lengthy legal battle with the agency.
Not a lot of companies are this transparent about the Wells notice process. Why is Coinbase
So this is the guy that spoke out. He's like the lawyer for the Coinbase team, right?
taking a different
More or less.
approach here?
Well, for Coinbase, being transparent is kind of part of who we are and how we've operated for over a decade as a company. When we first received the Wells notice from the SEC, we thought it was important to share that notice so that people could decide for themselves whether the SEC's concerns as expressed were clear and specific or not. And we think, having reviewed that notice for themselves, most people have reached the conclusion that the SEC has not been clear, it has not been specific. And so for us to share our response to that notice, for us to share the video that we submitted as part of that, and for us to talk about that in settings like this, we think it's just very consistent with who we are and how we operate.
I'm going to put a poll in the chat. I want to know if you guys saw that original video, the response video. It was very good, and it was kind of ballsy on their part, to be honest.
What are the big takeaways from your response to the Wells notice that just came out less than an hour ago?
Yeah, so the main point that we emphasize in the Wells notice response is that Coinbase has operated in plain sight and at the specific direction of the SEC for years now. We were a public company as of April of 2021. In order to become a public company, we had to submit a detailed draft registration statement, an S1, with all sorts of disclosures about how we operate, how we review digital assets, how do we make sure that digital asset securities are not listed on our platform, given the current state of the law in the United States. And after that entire exhaustive examination, the SEC ultimately concluded it was appropriate for us to list as a public company and allowed us to do so. So we think that the fact that our company largely operates as it did back then, today, we think the fact that the SEC over that period of time has had multiple opportunities to raise concerns or questions that we could address and answer, and has yet chosen not to do so. We think all of that suggests that any charge or case against Coinbase is less about keeping investors safe and more about establishing jurisdiction or claiming turf in a way that we don't think is productive for the American investors.
And has anything appreciable changed in your business model since you had to go through that exhaustive set of requirements to list in April 2021?
Products and services are always changing, but the fundamental model remains the same. We review every asset, every product and service to make sure that we comply with the federal securities law, period, end stop. We do that according to a process that we shared in April 2021 with the SEC. We've continued to apply that process even as we refined it all the way up into the present day. And given the state of the law, we are confident that we have avoided any serious claim that we have violated those laws in derogation of our obligation and responsibility as a public company. That has not changed.
And you've met with Chair Gensler over 30 times in the last year. How have that?
Not with the chair specifically, he's a busy man, but we have had over 30 separate engagements with the SEC staff over that period of time.
What have those conversations been like? What has the tone been from their side?
Well, to be very clear, the tone is always professional and even at times cordial. We have a lot of respect for the professionals at the SEC who have worked in many cases for years and in some cases decades to try to keep American markets safe and protected. I have a lot of respect for that personally. However, every single time we have attempted to raise concerns, whether publicly in the form of our petition for rulemaking that we filed last July, or privately, as in conversations that began last September in an attempt to get to a definition of a national security exchange that could work for crypto and in a way that would allow cryptocurrency exchanges like Coinbase to come inside of the SEC regulatory perimeter, we've ultimately been met with silence on the one hand and a threat of litigation in the form of the Wells notice on the other. So I can't say that they've been terribly productive, even as we've continued to plug away to try to make our case for why regulation in this industry makes sense.
So there's been a lot of back and forth this week between the Coinbase and the SEC, starting with the suit that was filed on Monday. Today, you issued your response to the Wells notice. We also heard from Chair Gensler, who in a video statement posted to Twitter kind of doubled down on the fact that these rules and these frameworks have been around for 90 years, and so there isn't even a question of whether or not it applies. Do you have any response to that new statement from Gensler today, kind of doubling down on past?
Well, it's a curious statement to make that the rules are clear and that the SEC's authority is undeniable.
Very
when
curious
the chair
statement.
himself, in May of 2021, the very next month after we were allowed to become a public company, declared in testimony to Congress, not just in some interview or in some tweet, but in congressional testimony, that there is no market regulator applicable to cryptocurrency exchanges like ours. He then doubled down the very next day in saying that Congress has not set forth any federal authority that would allow the SEC or any other regulatory agency to exercise jurisdiction over companies like ours. And so for someone today to make a statement that somehow this authority is clear when just 2 years ago they said exactly the opposite, well, I'll let you and anyone else reach their own conclusions about how sincere that statement really is.
And what happens next? Like, what does the runway look like for this exchange with the SEC, with Coinbase's approach? What are we looking at in 2023?
Well, we have, unfortunately, it looks like a lot of time will be spent in court addressing a number of these issues. You mentioned our petition that we filed earlier this week asking the Third Circuit Court of Appeals to order the SEC to respond to our petition. We think getting a simple yes or no answer is entirely reasonable when our question is simply requests nothing more than that.
100%.
So I think that we're going to be in court on that for a while. I'm always optimistic that cooler heads will prevail and that we can turn away from regulation by enforcement and leaving it to a judge or a jury of citizens to decide these questions, and instead have a notice and comment rulemaking process that allows all interested participants to have a say. I'm always an optimist, but I'm also a realist. And so if going to court is required to get the clarity we need, going to court is what we're prepared to do.
So last question, Brian Armstrong has mentioned that the company is open to potentially shifting operations outside the U.S. if you don't ultimately get the clarity that you're looking for from regulators. Is there a deadline on this? How realistic an outcome
Well,
is
what
that?
Brian emphasizes is that all options are on the table. And of course, that's always the case when you run an international business like ours. Even today, roughly 20% of our revenue comes from outside the United States. So we operate today as a global business. As we continue to consider where our greatest opportunities lie to bring crypto to not just hundreds of millions of people, but potentially billions of people all over the world, we have to think about what opportunities may exist for us in other markets outside of the United States where the regulatory climate is more balanced and where governments have recognized that crypto is here to stay and it's time to implement reasonable rules that will keep everybody safe.
A lot of people are talking about the UK as being an ideal jurisdiction and wanting to shift operations.
We have a lot of respect for the UK, and to be very clear, they are not soft when it comes to regulation. They have very strict standards, they have capable regulators. It's no walk in the park to operate a business in that particular country. But they also recognize that it is just as important to have clear rules, it is just as important to be welcoming of industry as it is to simply rely upon enforcement actions in order to establish some type of jurisdiction.
Okay, one
That's
last
so
thing
crazy.
before we go. We also spoke with Robinhood's crypto general manager, Johan Krabrat, at Consensus shortly after he announced a new feature the company rolled out called Robinhood Connect. He explains to us how it works.
All right, just before we get into that, I didn't even know that was a thing. Does anybody here use Robinhood, actually? That's a good question. I should probably put a poll in the chat. But I think you can take your crypto out of Robinhood now and whatever. I don't know. You never used to be able to, at least when I got into it. Real quick. So Carl Coates said, I think the video helps Coinbase put pressure and awareness on the SEC. I'm sure people who are Coinbase users are happy with the video and they are trying to work with the SEC. Yeah. So, I mean, overall, regardless of how you feel about the SEC, at the end of the day, they're still, they're the ones that run the show. So we have to abide by their rules, and that's pretty much, point blank, end of story. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You have to do what they say, and that's it. So Coinbase, at least, doing the right thing, putting the right foot forward to get a proper answer and actually doing things correctly only makes them look good in long term for their users and everybody else in the, space or government or even on the SEC. I'm sure there's millions of people or whatever, hundreds of people, however many people work there that don't agree with the way Gary Gensler is actually running things. And, that could change. He might not be in office too much longer. I guess we'll have to see. Let's see. Mr. Foley Electric actually said something too about the credit card here, Mastercard, right? He said, soon you'll be able to link your crypto wallets to your Mastercard. Once that service is up, you can take out your own secure CC, no more damn bank. And that's a very good point, actually. Crypto Mining Insider said PayPal has the ability to send and receive and transfer. Quick search shows this. And he put a link in the chat. I actually opened it up real quick. I don't know if you guys want to read this or not. You guys can on your own time. This is going to be blinding. So, hold on. Let me see. Dark mode work on this? Hey, it does. Look at that. All right. So you guys can read this if you want. It basically, PayPal cryptocurrency facts, and it gives you a whole breakdown of PayPal and crypto. So if you guys are interested in this, I'll put this link in the chat again. Crypto Mining Insider, thanks for sharing that with us. All right, let's get back into this and see what this guy from Robinhood has to say about their new features.
We're happy to launch our new on-ramp from fiat to crypto, and it's a big commitment for us to show that we strongly believe that Web3 interest is remaining strong, and we are going to keep investing in this space. Robinhood Connect is basically going to be a low-cost fiat to crypto on-ramp where developers can implement Robinhood Connect within their dApps or within their wallet, and customer will be able to fund their wallet without leaving, the dApp or anything like this, and they will be able to fund their app with our low-cost on-ramp.
We'll have a lot more from that interview with Johan, including how Robinhood makes money on its crypto services on Monday. So be sure to catch us then.
Interesting. Shout out to CNBC for that video. All right, let's jump over to Altcoin Daily. These are basically my videos that I've had on my list to actually fully watch, and I haven't had a chance. But I want to know what Mr. Austin over here has to say about Mastercard. So let's see what he has to say. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. Let's see. Deadly Wolf said it's only work in the U.S. What's that? Are you talking about the Robinhood thing? Interesting. All right, let's get into this, and we'll
wow. Payments giant Mastercard just made a major announcement regarding cryptocurrency. This happened at Consensus 2023, a crypto conference in Austin, Texas. It just happened. And thus far, most people don't realize how big this is. Mastercard launches crypto credential service for cross-border transfers. And for perspective on just how big Mastercard is, Mastercard processed over $2 trillion in money in 2021, over 3,585 transactions per second in 2020. And with most of these transactions happening in the US, this has major implications if you hold cryptocurrency. Here's Mastercard's head of crypto making the announcement at Consensus.
Mastercard is an expert in building these financial networks. How does that come over to crypto?
Yeah, look, I think that if you look at crypto, our view of it, I know there are multiple views here and it is a big tent. Our view of this is that crypto as an investment use case is continue to going to stay. We don't have personal opinion on whether people should invest or not invest, and this is their choice. When they exercise the choice, that they need to be able to do in safe and simple. But what I'm really excited about is the underlying potential of the technology, right? If I were to just take the usual comparison, if you will, of comparing with internet was about connecting people to send data. It became a public utility. A lot of businesses got built. We think the public blockchain networks and the underlying technology can become a utility for storing and moving value. And not just the crypto value, but also the regulated money as well. And that potential is not fully realized today, and we believe in it. We are starting to work on a number of products, and today we are announcing Mastercard Crypto Credential, which is a key building block towards achieving that vision. I truly believe that it once you have the right building blocks necessary for safety, simplicity, you can really actually have more businesses built on that.
And to be clear, this crypto credential service is not a new blockchain. It's not a new coin, meaning it's not here to compete with the Bitcoins, the Cardanos, the Ethereums, etc. The goal with this is to establish a set of standards and infrastructure to work with the public blockchains.
Which is amazing.
Mastercard said that the payment processing company is bringing out a service designed to ensure transactions between users' wallets are verifiable and compliant, beginning with transfers of digital assets between countries, meaning a set of standards for cross-border payments initially. In this first cross-border use case, the Mastercard Crypto Credential Service announced Friday that this allows wallets to be identified in transactions that are compliant with requirements such as the Financial Action Task Force FAFTA's travel rule, meaning that this is going to make it easier for these more traditional players to feel comfortable coming in a direct quote, if two people want to transfer value from one country to another, the level of compliance and verification needed is complex. So how do you identify those wallets? And how do you exchange enough information about the other party? This is where this new service from Mastercard comes in. And specifically, what technology are they using? Well, Mastercard Crypto Credential, a set of common standards for attestation of interactions, uses technology from CipherTrace, the well-known blockchain analytics platform Mastercard agreed to acquire in late 2021. And let me offer you some perspective, because I can feel some people screaming, yes, this is mass adoption, while other people screaming, no, we don't need you, Mastercard, tracking us. And I would say both, in many senses, are true, meaning, yes, if you want mass adoption from these heavy hitters, this is what that looks like. But just understand, this new Mastercard rollout takes away 100% of user privacy and anonymity, which these more traditional companies actually want to feel comfortable using public blockchains, like a Solana, like a Bitcoin, Ethereum. Here's another clip of Mastercard's head of crypto from earlier that morning speaking about the partners that they're already working with, be it wallet providers or actual public blockchains.
Can you disclose some of those partners on this?
If you didn't hear it the first time, pay attention.
Project called Mastercard Crypto Credential.
Yeah, we have a number of wallet partners, Uphold, Ethereum, Bit2Me, Mercado Bitcoin, and we also have, what is interesting about this is that all of this gets built in some public blockchain. We see a number of the public blockchain networks joining us in this announcement as well. That includes Polygon, Solana networks, Aptos, Avalabs, and so forth. So this is just a starting point. We think each of those blockchains will bring a set of developers into this who uses this framework, where we can all build solutions that are verifiable, trustable, safe, and simple to use. And ultimately, that's how we scale this ecosystem.
Use this as a signal that cryptocurrency is not going away, it's only growing bigger. Because
Again,
there's nobody more.
Another step towards mainstream adoption. That's why this is a good thing. And it's not really just because it's MasterCard. I can give two shits about MasterCard. It's just, in general, it's making it available to so many more people by getting on a platform like this, at least in my opinion.
More in bed with the government and more in bed with the financial regulators of the world than MasterCard. And they're using this bear market to build and take out positions. Be sure to click subscribe for daily updates keeping you informed about crypto. And while today, this crypto credential service is focusing more on cross-border payments, the use cases Mastercard sees for something like this go so much deeper.
Now, Mastercard Crypto Credential, which is going to be revealed here at Consensus, has the ability to unlock different use cases, including those involving crypto wallet transactions, I understand. Can you take us through that use case and others that this potentially brings about?
Absolutely. There are a number of use cases, right? I'll give an example of our own Artist Accelerator that we launched a couple of weeks ago. That is about providing an NFT to a consumer, a music pass to a consumer that unlocks a really exclusive experience. The level of verification and standard that you need to do that is different from the level of verification you need to do to a wallet holder before you issue a card. And that yet is completely different from what kind of verification you need to do to enable a cross-border remittance transaction. So the levels of verification vary, and we bring different partners and standards to enable these use cases. These are just the sample use cases that we're starting with. Ultimately, if you want to have scalable, trusted applications to be built on public blockchains, we think this is a key building block before you can take that step.
So what he just said is that in the traditional financial system's eye, different use cases should have different standards. There's a difference between doing remittance, cross-border transfers, and then interacting with NFTs. And again, I really want to drive this home. In a bear market, when all the mainstream media is telling you to be scared, you're stupid for making an investment in crypto. In a bear market, prices are going down. Smart money is taking out their positions in the bear to be ready for the next bull.
Now, obviously, right now we're in a bear market and crypto prices are depressed, consumer confidence is down. Crypto took a beating this past year. There's no doubt about that. And yet, Mastercard is investing heavily in the space. Is that part of Mastercard's strategy? Are you trying to build now to get ready for the next bull run, perhaps?
So there are two sides to crypto, meaning that there is an investment. People buy and hold crypto, and people make that choice. And
so he said some of this already about this is not MasterCard telling you to invest. This is just saying MasterCard understands this technology isn't going away. We've heard some of this. Stick with the whole thing, though.
If they want to do that, we have no recommendation on whether they do one thing or the other. But what I'm really excited about is that the underlying technology and the power of that technology to help build a new set of financial applications on top of the underlying technology. That's what we're focused on. If the consumer wants to buy crypto or sell crypto, we want to provide safe way for people to use through Mastercard cards. So we do that. We have on-ramp services to go from fiat to crypto and for them to use Mastercard cards to spend. We don't move crypto in that process, but we make it very safe and easy for people to do.
And the final thing I'll say on this, and probably the most important aspect, most people forget that back in October 2022, Mastercard implemented CryptoSource as well as Mastercard Crypto Secure to bring trading and custody capabilities to banks.
Now, even though we're in this downturn, you made many recent announcements, including 2 in October. One of those was called CryptoSource, and it's aimed at making things smoother between banks and crypto investors. And the other is called Crypto Secure, with the goal of making it easier and safer to buy crypto. So can you take us through those, and how is it going so far?
Yeah, no, so CryptoSource is really, again, about today we have centralized exchanges that are providing buy, sell, hold crypto, but we see traditional financial institutions also interested in participating in this use case, especially outside US. So that's why we made a CryptoSource product available. And the Crypto Secure is really about helping financial institutions understand the other side of the players, the crypto players that they're dealing with, so that they can make transaction decisions using the risk scores that we provide. Ultimately, once you understand the space more, you can trust the space more. Once you are able to know what is a risky transaction versus not so risky transaction, you engage more. Ultimately, this kind of visibility and services provide the trust that is needed for more players to participate in this network.
This shout out to Altcoin Daily for that. All right, let's looking at this. Somebody asked in the chat, I think it was Alvidas, said about this Mastercard crypto. Let's see, it says Mastercard to bring crypto trading capabilities to banks. This is that crypto, or whatever it is, new CryptoSource program extends Mastercard's safe, secure, and trusted services. So this is brought forth in October 2022. It says the Mastercard new payment index reported that 29% of respondents globally hold cryptocurrencies as an investment, with another 65% indicating a preference for crypto-related services to be provided by their current trusted financial institution. So that's like the reason behind it, right? It says Mastercard today introduced CryptoSource, a new program to enable financial institutions to bring secure crypto trading capabilities and services to their customers. So, I mean, again, this is just one more step towards mainstream adoption. So it's pretty cool. I think it's cool anyways. What do you guys think? I want to talk about one other thing. Not really in depth, but this over here, let's see, Mr. Hawk Crypto had a good video out today. If you guys didn't see this, go check it out. This is a interview he had with CW, is that his name? I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And they talk about what's going on with Ergo. And then also Mr. DJ Mines had a sick interview with the Dynex dev there. Sumi, I think his name is, if I'm not mistaken. If you guys haven't seen either of those videos, I'm going to put them in the chat right now. This is Mr. Hawk Cryptos, and let's share DJs with you guys as well. If you guys haven't seen either of these, if you're not liked and subbed to them, please go do so. That would be amazing. All right, what else do you guys have? Let me get dark mode off this. All right, screws up my chat every time. All right, let's do a little AMA. Let's hang out and talk for a little bit. Deadly Wolf said, what do you think about China yuan crypto? I'm not sure. I really don't have anything to say about it, I guess. It's that's something I would have to dive into a little bit more. Why do they have their own crypto now? I think I remember reading something about that. Let's see. Let me just check. The YCC, is that it? Yuan chain coin, is that what you're talking about? If I'm not mistaken. Let me throw a dark mode on and open this up for you. Hold on. Is this the one you're talking about? John Germain said soat. Nice. Let's see. Pepe. Yeah, Pepe is freaking. Oh my god. I don't even know. I just released a new video. The best epic Ironfish overclocks this afternoon. Hell yeah. Nice. Crypto Mining Insider. We'll have to check that out. I'll have to look at it. Drop a link in the chat for the video if you guys want to go see Crypto Mining Insiders. If you're into mining Ironfish, go check it out. It's amazing. Let's look. Crypto Mining Insider. My man. Didn't see it. I did not see it. Let's see. Best Ironfish overclock settings. Hell yeah. 3060. Wow. 3060, the TI, 3070, the TI, 3080, the TI, 3090, and a 4070. Hell yeah. Good for you, man. That's awesome. I actually did the 4070 video with a bunch of different coins in like 3 minutes. And I wonder how crazy you got with overclocks, if it was any better than mine. Or mine and Rondi's, rather. Rondi did most of the work. All right, let's see.
Chump, I want you to have my babies.
Only if you pay child support on Bitcoin. That's the only way I'll do it. That's it. Mr. Network Bits, appreciate the $4.99 super chat. You didn't have to do that, man. At this point, we're just paying YouTube. We're donating to each other. All right, let's see. I got free electric. Wait. What? Oh, you want the most earnings. I got you. You have free electric, fully electric? Do you really? That's amazing. I'm happy for you. Actually, I want to know how crazy is Dynex on GPUs? I've never minded, so my bad, right? My bad for being I guess kind of out of the loop there. We did test it on the 4070, but like on every other GPU. That's what I was looking for. Every other GPU. How is like the temperatures? Memory, is it kill you guys? Low power, okay, that's good. So should be pretty decent to run. Like low power as in comparable to say what? Let's just go to hashrate.no. Let's see. I want to see because I haven't had a chance to like dive into it yet, but DJ Mine's video, I'm gonna be honest, was really good. I listened to it twice and it made me really consider I guess mining Dynex. And what the hell is up with Clore, man? Jesus. And
I'm at Homey Depot and a Husky shelf costs $450 Canadian now.
What?
Used to be $300 last year. What the literal F?
Wow, bro. Wow. Miss Pocket Change, don't pay YouTube. What are you doing?
Back off, my man. At Network Bits Crypto, smiley face.
Oh my god. You're all slow. Get out of here. Condibits, dude, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships, dude. You're insane. Appreciate you, buddy. Let's see who got them. I gotta get this off dark mode. I apologize. Oh, actually, sweet. This is still dark mode. Awesome, dude. You're crazy. Let's see. Crypto Perks, Dom G, Gaming with Smokey Dan, High Low Crypto, and Chris Hanley. Dude, thank you so much, Condibits. You didn't have to do that. You're crazy. And my wife, stop donating. Stop donating to YouTube. We live together. Jeez. All right, Panda. That's insane. Those Husky racks, they're $450 now. So down here, I think it was 250 bucks for the red ones, right? I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah, it was 250 bucks. And I think I did see them for 300 at one point, but 450 now for that? That's outrageous. That's really bad. All right, let's look at Dynex again. That's what I wanted to do. Oh, I'm still clicked on Clore. I thought that was the most profitable. All coins. Let's see. So Dynex and Nexa look to be on the top. So best profitability is 4090. Man, I'm debating. So I actually, ooh, you know what? Where's the A2000? Was it Control F? Ah. Peak of all trade. Shout out to you for that. I totally thought you were trolling me though. I didn't think that worked. Dynex. Ooh, dude, 42 watts. That's it. Oh my God. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Mr. Hawk Crypto Mining. Love you. No homo. But you know what I mean. He's sending me my A2000s. I actually asked him. I was like, hey, you do me a favor. I was like, can you get those? Just take them out of the Octominer. I'm like, leave the Octominer there and just ship me my A2000s so I have them, because I want to be able to make some content with them. And I want to, well, for one, the Terahash Tuesday with Mr. Mining King, Hawk Crypto Mining, and Jeff Key from Flux. He was on there talking about some AI stuff that, well, potential AI stuff that could be coming forth, right? And I was like, you know what? I need my A2000s. I want to get those things on individual CPU mining rigs in the crypto mining trailer, or just in general in this vicinity, so I can mine with them. And I'm gonna mine Dynex until some news pops off with Flux, because I'm super excited about it. Fully Electric said, yes, I only pay for renting computer storage space. I don't actually pay for electric. It's all included in the rent, no matter how much I use. Rent is always the same. Wow.
I live in EU, the land of the free. Ido hat I want.
I live in EU, the land of the free. I do what I want. Appreciate you, Mr. Condibits. Thank you so much for the DKK20. I think it's a couple bucks. I can't remember, but thank you so much. Appreciate you, buddy. Fully Electric. That's insane. You have completely free electric. Do they now? Question: do they hose you on the rent because the electric's free? Like, have they given you shit about it at all, or is it just like whatever? Or it's like, hey, you know, F you, you're my worst customer. I can't have you have free electric. Like, I need to up your rent. Did they ever do that to you? Patrick Guyan, what's up, buddy? Kyle Rosa, negative. Passing through, heading south of the cities at the moment. Where? Oh, what are you trying? Is he trying to see if you're out of work? Finally, you're never out of work. Heading to Sufu. What the hell is that? Is that a place to eat, Kyle Rosa? You guys live near each other or something? Dan Ruggs Hyper X. I love how you change your name all the time, dude. It cracks me up. Used to be Horse Coin, then it was Riggs List, now it's Hyper X. I recall the A2000s are very efficient, but they do not have strong core clock compared to the 3070s. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, looking at, I mean, you totally could be right. I have absolutely no idea. I have a 3070 here. Actually, I have, you know, so I have my Octominer X8. That's the only one I didn't send to Hot Crypto. So I have 3 for the Win3s in there. There is 2, no, I lied, 4. There's a 3070, a 3080, a 3080 LHR, and then a 3080 Ti, right? Then I have my Zotac, I think Amp Hollow 3070 Ti, and 3 5700 XTs in there, and they've just been off. So I'm debating whether to get those up and running, and my what's it called, my A2000s. I mean, definitely my A2000s. If they're only 42 watts, man, to run this Dynex, that's really good. And I mean, to at least get a bag of it, I don't know, I feel like it might be a good idea. And like, look at this, right? Hold on. Profits. So Dynex seems to be, I mean, it's actually lower than pretty much everything except for Ironfish. And it's only by 2 watts on this A2000. That's pretty good. And that's really good, right? So you 3070 have better, faster core? Crypto Mining Insider saying that to John Germain. Sounds like a new RoboCop, the A2000. Difficulty going up so much, might be easier to accumulate on dips. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm getting 2.6 kilohashes at 77 watts on my 3070 for Dynex. 2.6. Okay, so I'm getting, so this would be getting 1. Is that, hold on. No, hold on. Let me click into this. Sorry. Hash rate 1020. What'd you say you were getting? Interesting. Okay, so you're getting 2.6. So that's pretty good then. I guess the 3070 is killing it on it. I might get my 3070 out then. Well, the main reason I wanted to pull out this, like the A2000s, or get them back here, was for one, like if Flux does come out with something, right, that has to do with any type of AI rendering or whatever, just anything, and I can utilize a GPU on a CPU mining rig, because the A2000s don't take a power input. It's literally just snap it on the board and the power comes through the actual board itself. The PCIe lane feeds that card. So it's pretty it's simple, I guess. Not many wires. I won't have to plug the card in. So that was kind of my reasoning to that. And I have exactly 12 of them where I could get and fill up really all 7 of my CPU mining rigs. And I could just like build another rig on the side with the other 5 or whatever, or just do 6 and build a 6 card rig or something. But I'm excited to use it. I can't wait. Let's see. Let me check mine today. Let's see. John Germain says, just like the RX 560. I have RX 580s. I don't have 560s. So far 9 years and no issues. You've been renting the place for 9 years. Wait, you've been mining for 9 years? Fully electric? Or did you have it for something else? Standard regulated rent increase. Most of my locations are in co-op with no electric meters, so they don't know how much each apartment uses. Bro, do they have an opening? I will rent a place. I will rent an apartment if you will manage it. I will pay for both rentals if you just throw a bunch of shit in there. Be great. I wonder how much you pay, dude. You should DM me that. I want to know. I'm just curious to know how much it costs and where. Like, that's wild. That's amazing, actually. Guys, hit that like button. 54 likes. We have over 100 people here. You guys are awesome. In co-op, yeah, I'm not sure what that actually means. I assume just corporate operations, maybe, right? I would assume, or has something to do with the town where they wouldn't have to meter it. I don't know. It's interesting. Black Cat Crypto, you said, I was going to test it last night, but I had a headache and didn't make the video. I'll try to get it. What did Black Cat ask? Black Cat said, good to know Iowa Crypto. Where is it? What did he say? Black Cat. Have you seen Ironfish in Dynex? I haven't. Really? Wait, you can do that together? Interesting. Iowa Crypto Mining. Go make that video, please, because I would like to see it. And if it works, I'm going to rip you off. I'm just kidding. I won't rip you off, but I'll definitely follow your lead because that's kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool. Dynex and Radiant. Really? Dual mining Dynex and Radiant? Okay, dude, I've been so like, that's the only thing that sucks about not having my GPUs and like being in it full swing, just like nothing being really profitable here at this electric rate. I'm not like testing any dual mining stuff. I just haven't had the reason to even get into it because there's no point. You know what I mean? Ironfish equals Dory. Says Dan Ruggs. Oh, you're hysterical. All right, you guys are awesome. Again, if you guys haven't seen the CW interview with Mr. Hawk Crypto Mining, he definitely deserves more views. So go check out that video. It was actually pretty good. And then again, DJ Mine's video with the Sumi guy from Dynex was really good. So go check out that as well. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it, guys. That's gonna be it. You can always buy the crypto instead of mining it. Now, Carl Co, where can we buy it? You know, let's, before we leave, I guess we'll do that. I'll just check. Let's check Dynex quick. Dynex. All right. Where can we get it? Let's see. Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. Trade Ogre. Okay, Trade Ogre. TXBit. I heard Trade Ogre is really good. Mr. Max Voltage spoke highly about it. What about TXBit? Which one do you guys prefer? Trade Ogre or TXBit? Put it in the chat. Because I don't have an account to either, but I was thinking about getting one to Trade Ogre. I just haven't pulled the trigger yet. Chuck Danger, with your solar, what would you do different to plan on the constant low load? with your solar, what would you do different to plan on a constant low load? To do differently, what would I do? Probably, well, for one, I would absolutely have purchased a bigger unit. Not really, I mean, not saying that the grow watt's not okay. Like, it's just for crypto mining, you need a 240 volt, you know, inverter, all-in-one type deal, right? It's just, it's nicer. But at the end of the day, like, if I'm going to be running box miners and things like that, converting it directly, like from DC to AC to DC again, is kind of pointless. So like, just do direct, you know, DC to DC. So I have those little converters that I wanted to install in the trailer, but there's just, I don't have any point to do it, right? Because I mean, I can't really mine with anything anyways. And on top of that, the only hiccup I had there was monitoring it or having it shut off at a low power, because it would just drain the batteries like completely. Because by doing, so the way I have it hooked up, like the inverter is all in one system, right? It has everything going to it, and then the wires come off, go to the battery bank. The battery bank all goes to a bus bar, and the bus bar is where you would take off the DC to DC for the converter, right? The 24 volt DC to 12 volt for, say, like a mini Doge miner. Doing that, it just drains the battery. So I don't know how to get a kill switch in between, or like a shut off switch for low voltage, I guess, if that makes sense. I don't know if it does. Hopefully it does to some people. But yeah, if you guys, anybody knows anything about solar and knows how to do that, or to get a, you know, a low voltage DC shut off, I don't know, let me know, because that's probably the only real hiccup I have when it comes to crypto mining and solar. I don't understand how to make that happen. But yeah, 240 volt, man, that's 100% what I would have done differently. Automatic transfer switch. So I have yeah, see, like, how do you, like, see, I don't know which one to get, I guess. Let's put it that way, all track. I know what you're talking about, the automatic transfer switch, so it switches to grid or whatever, but I don't know what to get for DC to DC. DC is such like a, you know what I mean? I understand electrical for the most part, but DC just, it's a whole nother, like, animal when it comes to finding the right stuff. DC to DC converters, never fond of them. Yeah, they could be kind of sketchy, I guess. And they get kind of hot, to be honest, which is kind of weird. Let's see. You should talk to Mr. Vosk. Oh yeah, I could talk to him. Actually, he does solar stuff now. I forgot about that. But is he actually doing it, or is he hiring people to do it? If I had to guess, he's got enough money to hire people to do it. Like, I'm just Joe Schmo doing it myself. You know what I mean? So like, if he knows about it, that'd be sweet. I'd definitely ask him. But I have a feeling he's probably not going DC to DC. He's probably just going AC to DC because it's easier. Yes, hot. The excess power has to go somewhere. Exactly. Yeah, no, 100%, John. I totally agree. Vosk hasn't started. Okay, so he hasn't started it. I wonder if he'll hire somebody, if he'll do it himself, because I know he's building out that whole facility, right, to do solar mining, and it's gonna be a lot of work, man. Look at the Bitcoin hash rate right now. Holy crap. Hold on. Just in general. Hold on one second. That's not what I want. Why is this not working right? God damn it. Hold on. Sorry guys, bear with me. All right, let's see this. Geez, that's bright. Okay, there we go. Total hash rate. So this is what is happening. What are we doing? Where are you looking at it? What site are you on, actually? Man, I hate this dark mode thing. It like screws up my whole chat. Who said that to me? Who said it to me? What to mine says 420 EH. Really? This is not what I want. Let's see. Y charts, Coin Wars chart. Oh, geez. 300. What in the hell? 425. I mean, I guess it's been up there before, right? This is Coin Wars, I guess. Is this a good site? Is this realistic? Let's see. That's nuts. Exahash 425. I mean, I guess it's been above that before. I wonder why or what. Hold on. What's the still red, right? That's weird that things would be turning on and it would be going down in price. That's quite strange to me. It just spiked 100. Yeah, from here. Legit. Just about 100 or close to anyways. From the last 2 days, right? Or last day, 24 hours. It's been almost 100 or about 100. That's crazy. Jeez. 423. Yeah, new miners coming. So, I mean, we know that the Jazz miners coming up with they were coming up with the BTC miner, right? And Jingle Mining actually said that, but it's being halted until the Q1 of next year. I'm assuming because they probably want to do a burn test to to make sure that all these Jazz miners work. And by burn test, I mean obviously pre-mine with them before they actually sell them to the public. And that has nothing to do with Jingle Mining. That's just whoever makes the Jazz miner machines. I don't know. But anyways, they're going to be having the LTC and Doge units coming out in the next couple months, I guess, if I'm not mistaken. I think August or something. Time to go back to work. You should come to the beach with the family. Boston Crypto, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Absolutely get back to work. And it sounds like a plan, Stan. Sounds like a plan. All right, guys, I gotta get out of here. Gotta wake up the kids. Make sure you guys hit that like button. I really appreciate you. Friday, we're gonna have the wife, Miss Pocket Change, on live with me again. We will have a full, AMA. Just hang out, talk, whatever you guys want to talk about. We'll probably have some topics for you. So if you guys have any topics or suggestions, leave them down in the comments below, or you just DM me or send me an email, whatever you guys want. And yeah, hopefully you guys definitely not Revere Beach, Patrick Murphy. Please not Revere Beach. All right, guys, have a good one. I'll see you guys soon. Peace out. Have a good day, guys.